Hello and welcome to Wellness with Terri. Turn on some music and let's get ready to practice. We're going to start today with something just a little bit different, just a mini meditation. So maybe you want to find a different position than you normally do to get started. So I'm comfortable seated against my block in a cross-legged position, but you might prefer to lay down and bring the soles of your feet together in a reclined butterfly to start, or perhaps even try a child's pose. It's totally up to you, but we're going to work on just kind of a heart-centered meditation today, just reminding ourselves that whatever's happening in the world, we have the power within us to change what's happening within us. So if we're feeling uneasy or worried or stressed out, it's our job to take a moment to fill up our souls and fill up our buckets with some love. So that's how we're going to start today's practice, and it's just going to be a gentle stretch after that. So a little bit of a shorter practice today. So finding your comfortable way to be. Close your eyes gently and lightly. Take a few breaths to find yourself, to bring your awareness inward. Usually there's movement of air that we notice first. And then there's the rise and fall of the chest and the belly. There might be warmth coming into your body. Maybe you're actually becoming aware of some physical sensations in your body, some tightness that you weren't aware of before. But with your eyes closed and your awareness moving inward, you can now feel it. No judgment, just let it go. Take notice and breathe. Allowing yourself to settle. Maybe you need to wiggle a little and move till you find a comfortable position. That's okay. Take your time. So depending on the position that you chose to begin practice, if you're able to bring a hand to your heart and to your belly, it's a choice. You don't have to. If that feels good to you, go ahead and connect hand to heart and hand to belly, or even both hands to heart, or no hands to heart or belly. It's totally up to you. But we're going to continue breathing. And notice if you have moved your hands, how that sensation feels, the warmth that your hand brings to your body. Perhaps it even brings a little bit of comfort. The exhales are going to release some tension and tightness from wherever you might be storing it in your body. And your inhales are going to begin to bring love, peace, and gratitude or thankfulness to your body. So let's imagine every inhale fills your heart with love for yourself, with ease and peace, and with gratitude for all that your body does for you. Here we go. Fill it up. Exhale away tension. Fill it up again. Exhale away worry. Fill it up again. Exhale away anything else. And now imagine that it's filling up with love and peace and ease and gratitude. Maybe it's it's a color to you, or maybe it's a combination of colors filling that heart. But imagine that all that love and gratitude and peace and ease is so filled in your heart right now that it's beginning to spill out of your heart and move through your body. Imagine it flowing upward to the crown of your head and down to your feet and filling every space in between until you are full of whatever color light or whatever vision you have of love, ease and peace, and gratitude filling you. And you are so full that it's beginning to spill outside of you, and it's going to form a protective barrier around you, keeping the inside of you in this place and space filled with love and peace and ease and gratitude, all the high vibrations. It will stop anything that isn't a high vibration coming through your protective barrier. So you're still able to let some of your good out to the world with beams of light from your heart, but you're stopping everything negative from getting into you. Taking the power and control of what's inside of you and turning it into high vibration, positivity, love, ease, peace, and gratitude. Take a moment to consider the people in your life that you need or want to send a beam of this beautiful high vibration energy and love to, and send it. Send it from your heart to theirs. Fill them up with a beam. You've got plenty inside of you. You've got plenty surrounding you and keeping you safe and protected. Send out that love. Add a few more people in. Send a beam for the world if you choose to. Awesome. All right, from wherever you are, if you're at seated, stay seated. If you're at another position, move up to seated now. Sit up tall and begin to move your neck, warming that neck with your motion that feels good to you, side to side, up and down, ear to shoulder. Adding in some movement for your shoulders. Let's just flow those shoulders up and down, forward and back. Move them around. Make it feel good. And then take a twist, keeping your spine tall. We're just going to go side to side. Squeeze out any remaining tension or negative energy because you're so filled with love. No room for any of that other stuff. Let's take a side stretch next. Lifting up, reaching over. Couple more times each way. Taking it back to center, sitting up tall again. We're going to inhale those arms to the sky. Reach, lengthen that spine. When you're ready, exhale it out and do it again. Use your breath as your guide. One more. Big inhale up. This time interlace, lift, pull your shoulders into position, so down and back. Make your trench. Take a little lean, a baby lean each way. And then bring it forward. Hello, hips and low back. How are you feeling today? Move it around just a little bit here to loosen. Maybe you want to walk your hands one side and then the other. Today's practice is going to be about stretching and feeling good. No hard stuff today. Bringing it back up to center when you're ready. We're going to go over to all fours. And we're gonna choose a child's pose position. So maybe it's knees together, or maybe like me, you're gonna go knees wide, big toes together, and you're gonna sink it back. And you're gonna settle in, drawing those hips down towards your heels, finding a way to settle your forehead on a block, on a pillow, on your arms. Just breathe. Feel your belly and chest rise and fall. Let's take one more deep breath in and out. And we're going to lift it up. We're going to, if those knees are separated, bring them closer together. We're going to sit up tall here. Or we're just going to reach behind. So for me, reaching behind means bringing my fingertips away from my body so my palms face my back, because I want to open my chest here. I want you to open that chest. Curl those shoulders back. Just feel that chest opening from this position. Maybe you're feeling a stretch in your quads if they're tight, or your feet if they're tight. If it's uncomfortable, you can change your foot position to whatever works, but open that chest. Beautiful. All right, let's walk it forward. We're going to come into our tabletop, lining our wrists under our shoulders. Eyes of the elbows, the crinkles in the elbows are going to face each other. Fingers are going to spread, and knees are going to be right under our hips. If you cannot get your tops of your feet to the mat, that's what we're going for. If you can't quite do that, you can. Sometimes my feet cramp, and I have to work them toes to the top of the foot just to get that to release a little bit. So go where you need to be today. We're going to find the base of our spine and move into cow and cat. So lowering the belly, raising the gaze, coming into cow, and then really come into cat, drawing belly button to spine, arching up, stretch through those shoulders, and then use your breath to go from cow, inhale cow, exhale cat. Make your breath noisy. Nobody can hear you. Inhale loudly. Exhale loudly. 2 more of each. Last one. Nice. All right, a little spinal balance. We're going to find our left leg and send it behind us. Point that toe down. Give the ankle some love if it needs it. And if you want to make it a little more difficult, it's up to you. I said easy practice. This is easy for me, but if it's not easy for you, keep that right hand on the ground. Just balance and breathe here, noting your strength, stretching that leg out, trying to keep the hips level. Trying to keep the breath full. And we're going to switch. So just take a moment, wiggle it out if you need to. I'm going to wiggle my hips side to side before we start the other side. Just taking my gaze opposite my hips. Feels good. And now we go to the other side. So it's the right leg we start with, sending it back, pointing the toe down, trying to straighten the leg, giving the ankle some love if it needs it. We're going to add left arm, but only if you want to, and breathe. back to that left leg, and we're gonna take and lift the knee out to the side, and then we're gonna take some big loose circles in one direction. So we're gonna go both directions. It doesn't matter which way you start. And now we're gonna take it the opposite way. Nice, just warming that up. Now we're gonna send that leg back, bend it up, and we're gonna reach for it with the right hand. If this does not work for you, please feel free to substitute in something else. Otherwise, just breathe here for a moment, letting that foot pull the arm out straight, stretch open that chest on the right side, and arm, maybe the right shoulder a little, and that left leg. And we're gonna release that and go to the other side. Right knee comes up, and we circle one direction, nice and loose. And then the other direction. And then we're gonna send that leg back, bend it up, and now we reach for it with the left hand, opposite arm, so it's opposite arm to foot. Press foot into hand, open up the left side of your chest, stretch out that left arm, and maybe begin to stretch that right quad a little. And release. So, giving you the option to stretch a little deeper here in a a down dog. We're going to turn those toes over. We're going to lift up, and we're going to pedal. So we're going to make this playful, stretching the whole back of the leg and foot, Achilles and heel. Just up and down. Now, if you want to add more to it, that is totally up to you. You can go forward into plank, bend your knees, lift and stretch your back. This is up to you how this feels good. What do you want to do here? We're not going to go any deeper. We're not going to add on anything, but if you want a plank to down dog transition here to stretch, to wiggle your hips, to bend your knees, I want to encourage you to do it your way. This is a stretch only here. Even holding it in a balanced position is okay if you don't need the movement. Balance it out and hold. One more breath here. Nice. Let's bring it down. We're actually going to spin around to seated. I'm going to take those legs out in front of us. Sitting up tall. Stretch the back of the legs from the seated position here. So first we sit up tall. If you want to use your hands to help you sit a little taller and to press down through those palms to open the chest a little. If you round forward a lot, lift it up, curl it back, press forward, see what that does to the back of your legs. If it's need more than that, you can let go and come forward. Come to your toes if you need to, hang on to the shins, whatever you need. We want to keep our legs, as much of our back of our legs on the ground as possible so that we can feel the stretch there. We want to make sure we can breathe into our belly here. We don't want to collapse it so far forward that we can't take a full breath. We're just going to enjoy the stretch in the back of our legs here. Nice. Lift it up. We're going to take it wide now. Take it to the inner legs. So send those legs wide, point those toes up, make sure they're going up and not out to the sides. So adjust the distance of your V to make sure your toes can point up and your legs can press down. Use your hands behind you, use your hands in front of you, use the reach for the toes, whatever you need to get your best stretch. Back of the legs, and now a little more of the inner legs. One more breath here. Nice. All right, bring it up. We're going to draw the left heel in toward our body, however far that goes. Tuck it close if you can. If it's out here, that's okay too. So we're going to choose our position. You've got a couple of options. We're going to stretch this left side. So that means you can kind of turn and square yourself over this front leg, stretching down. Or you can slide your hand down the inner right leg. This left arm is going to come up over the ear and reach for the foot. So we're not collapsing to reach the foot. We're opening the left side of our chest to the sky and reaching down, even if we're not anywhere close to touching those right toes, like I'm not. That's okay. It's about the stretch through the left side. Where do you feel it? Where does it feel best for you? Taking it and squaring over the leg changes the position where it stretches my back. So you need to find out what you need. Try them both. Hold your position and breathe. Make sure you can take a full breath in and feel the belly and chest rise and fall. One more. All right, work your way up and switch sides. The left leg goes wide, the right one tucks in as best that it can, and you experiment with your position. What feels best to you here? Getting that stretch on the right side. So find that position and breathe. And release. Nice work. All right, soles of the feet together. Getting those inner legs here. I'm going to start with my hands behind. Bring the soles of my feet together. Press the feet together. Use that pressing in to help lower my knees down toward the floor. Ooh, searching for the stretch here. Inner legs. You can let go and come forward, or you can keep your hands behind. And today, I'm going to keep my hands behind, working on my posture at the same time, working on curling my shoulders back, opening my chest. At the same time, I'm opening those inner legs, so we breathe. Nice, and release. All right, I promised you nothing hard, so we're going to roll onto our back next. Bringing those knees to our chest. Circle that low, circle from the tailbone, releasing that low back. You can draw those knees deep into your chest, or whatever feels good here. When you're ready, if you're ready for a little happy baby, then reach for your feet, bend those knees down, press the feet up into the hands, rock it out. And then, it's not hard, but we're going to take a stretch here. We're going to bring the feet together and send them up. You can support around the knees lightly. Flex those feet, get a good stretch through the back of the legs again. This from the reclined position. Like you're standing on the ceiling, Draw those toes towards your face. Holding it here if you can, but of course, if you feel any cramping sensation, take a break and rotate your ankle, point your toe, flex your toe, whatever you need to do. It's your body. Just giving you what feels good to mind today. And then when you're ready to release that, just move them around. So we're going to let that left ankle come in front of that right knee, and I'm going to give you options. You can have your foot on the ground here and just flex this left foot, press the knee away, line it up like the bottom of your mat. Or you could go deeper into a full pigeon, grabbing the thigh or even the shin. Find your way to what feels best and breathe. And now we're going to take this left knee and we're going to do our best to cross the knee. So maybe you don't quite get to the stacking point, or maybe you do, but we're going to, if you can get them stacked, then you're going to work your hands down as far as you can, and we're going to draw down and away to wake up this left glute. So if you're just working to stack the knees, you can make any adjustments you need to work that out. Maybe you bring a foot down and you're just going to try stacking. Work it out so that you feel like you're getting some kind of stretch on the left glute, or at least somewhere, if not there. And then we're going to send those legs back up again, flexing, holding, breathing. And we're going to point and flex. And we're going to start with this right ankle coming onto the left knee. So bring that left foot down to start with if you want. Check in with how your leg aligns with the back edge of your mat, and then continue to add on till you find your best position. Excellent. Maybe lower this left foot a moment so that you can try to align your knees. Maybe if they're aligned, you want to add on. Find your stretch for this side. Right glute. And breathe. One more breath. Excuse me, and release. Let's bring the soles of our feet together now. Arms come down alongside, palms face the sky. So you can adjust where your feet, the distance from your body. Settling into a reclined butterfly, letting those knees fall open with a little help from gravity. Letting any tension drain from your fingers, from the inner hips, the inner thighs and the outer hips. Probably another good chance to send some gratitude flowing through your body. You've shown it support by giving it space and time here to open up, to stretch. It's needed. The body wants you to know that you should come back to this again soon. Just breathe and stretch and be. Taking any final stretch you need, an all over body stretch, or maybe it's knees to one side, arms out to a T to just stretch your low back. Or maybe you're ready to go right into Shavasana. Maybe you want to put Shavasana music on. Or maybe you've carved out enough time for yourself today and now you're ready to end feeling better. So let's just end practice together, but you can stay on your mat as long as you need to, as long as it feels good to you. We bring our hands together at heart center. We touch our thumbs to our heart, just reminding ourselves that we are in charge of what happens within us. We always have the power to change the negative to positive, to fill ourselves up with love and gratitude and ease and peace whenever we need it. And once we do fill our own bucket, fill our own selves with that, we are able to then send that beam to those we care about. I thank you for joining me today for this practice. I wish we were together in person, but this is the next best thing, to be able to practice with you virtually. I hope that you are feeling better after this practice. I know I am. The light and spirit in me sees, honors, and appreciates the light and spirit in each of you joining me for this practice. Namaste. Now enjoy your Shavasana or your day.